Look at these bad boys. Get you hotter than hell. I'll probably be wanting to take them out before we get there. Basically just expose them to the air, shake the shit out of them, put them in your glove, and hope you don't catch on fire. And Dylan is on his new Ninja 300. He doesn't actually have his full license yet, so now we gotta avoid the highways home, so I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. Looks like an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, let's check it out.
It turns the bike off and you put the kickstand down.
Yeah, most newer ones do that. Huh? You getting some again too?
What?
You getting some again too?
Might as well. I mean, I'm a half.
Oh, I thought you got some when we left.
I did.
Oh. Did you do your trip tech thing to see how far you can get out of a tank? No.
I only made it to 30 and I refilled.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Nice.
You want to change the exhaust?
Maybe. It
Put
does sound kind of hilarious right now.
Put a Baker X Derrick pipe on there.
I'm not above that.
All right, so while we're on the topic of new bikes, I believe this is Dylan's second bike, because he's had the Ninja 250 for a while, that old relic from the early 90s. Brad's on his first bike, which was the Ninja 650R. My first bike was a Suzuki Boulevard C50, the cruiser. Thing was louder and shit, and it was a real fun bike. I ended up selling. I wanted to do more long distance traveling and carrying, cameras and other luggage, so I had to get big saddlebags when I bumped up to the Stratoliner Deluxe after a year of having the Suzuki. I loved both of those bikes. The Suzuki was an 805. The Stratoliner, I went way up to 1900. That thing was a beast. It's fun to ride, but the gas tank was the smallest imaginable. Even though that thing looks huge, it was only like a 4-gallon tank with a half-gallon reserve. It was fun for traveling on, but it was more of an around town bagger than anything. This bike, on the other hand, has got like a 5.8 gallon tank, has the touring trunk and the saddlebags, and then up in the front here in front of my knees it has the 2 glove compartments. So I have a lot of storage space, and it's between a 17 and 18, it's like 1754 I think cc wise, so it's a pretty big engine still. It's got the 6-speed tranny. So this bike is exactly what I wanted for long distance traveling. Actually, when I first started looking at bikes, Victories were up there as far as the ones that I really wanted, my dream bike. But at the time I was not making enough money to afford it, which is why I opted for the Stratoliner, which actually I only had that for a year or two before I ended up trading that in for this. So I've been riding for three and a half years, and I've had 3 bikes. However, I do not plan on selling this one next year. I love this bike. It's fantastic. It's got everything I want. I'm kind of curious, if any of my viewers, any of you guys that watch that ride too, what was your first bike, and what do you ride now, or what do you prefer? I really don't mind anything. Anything on 2 wheels is fun. But I do a lot of adventure traveling, and I gotta have a touring bike, and my back problem, that sucker's hurting all the time. So a cruiser is definitely far superior in back comfort than a sport bike, especially for someone of my size. That's a nifty little creek. I bet that bad boy was flooded like shit the other day. Oh boy, I wonder how much those houses cost. They both hate me back there right now because I'm more used to riding than they are, so these big turns I'm flying through them and they're kind of hanging back, which is, you know, understandable for Dylan. The bike's got new tires on it. Don't want to have them slip out from under him. Zion Hill. Damn gravel, fucking. I don't want to take the highway home, I want to take the back roads. Okay. We'll just die in the gravel and hills of Cincinnati. These are some nice houses back here though, really. I mean, they're kind of smaller, but right next to the woods and the creek. That's right up my alley. If only it had like 20 acres around it where I could go out and shoot my rifles and stuff, that would be amazing. This creek down here, I'd get me a little canoe or a kayak or something. That'd be sweet as hell. If it was deep enough, I'd get me a jet ski so I have a water motorcycle. I bet during the summer months these roads are a lot nicer, less gravel on them, less mud. It'd probably be really, really fun to cruise back here, in all honesty. Holy shit, look at this bridge. See, they're both back there still. My God, I mean, look at that backyard. So what happens if his bridge gets flooded over? You just don't go home? Don't leave the home? Aw, really? Could have went all day without getting wet. There's dirt on the road. Man, I have to give my bike a bath. Who am I kidding? It still needs a bath. Don't you pull out in front of me. Don't you do it. I'm watching you. Okay, you can go that way. Any of you guys ever ride a moped and consider it a bike? Just curious. There's a lot of mopeds around where I live. There's one, the guy's got, it's black and it's got hot rod flames painted on it. And the damn thing actually has spinners on the rims. I don't know where in the hell he found those. He had to have made them or something. Some old dude. He's a real big dude, but you see him coming down the road and it's just like, what the hell's that thing? And then you see him stop at a red light and you got them spinners going with them hot rod flames. I give him credit. Scooters aren't necessarily the coolest thing ever, but he upped his to the whole next level. See, we're going to the right. A roller coaster out here in the middle of nowhere. Neato. Wonder what the hell that place is. I think it's Swordsville Lake. I don't think we went that direction, but it could be. What is this shit? Yeah, roller coasters. Stickers Grove, a roller coaster and some bumper cars. Coolest amusement park ever. Actually, you know what? We're kind of lucky here in Ohio. We have, if you're into extreme roller coasters, we have Cedar Point. It's kind of a smaller amusement park compared to some of them out there, but it's got the extreme roller coasters. I'm pretty sure it's got several world record ones actually for speed and drop angle and all that. Then we have Kings Island down in Cincinnati. Which is pretty cool. It's got some world record holders too. And And we have a bunch of smaller amusement parks. We got like the Six Flags, Swordsville Lake. There's a lot of them around here in Ohio, really. Being in Southwest Ohio, we're within driving distance of, you know, I guess Sandusky, where Cedar Point is a little farther away. It's like, I want to say 3.5, 4 hours. But if you're going to spend all day at the amusement park, it might be worth it, you know, go up there and spend a day at a hotel or something, spend the whole next day at the park and drive home. Ah, Gold Star Chili. Oh, you people out there think Ohioans are weird because we eat chili on our spaghetti, but let me tell you something. Try it, and you'll understand our love affair with it. Gold Star chili over Skyline chili, by the way. There's that debate going on, so if you watch my videos, I want you to tell me what your first bike was, what your current bike is. Alright, you got that going. Now I want you to tell me Gold Star chili or Skyline chili. In my opinion, I think Skyline chili's a little too watery. I mean, they both taste really damn good. There's no arguing that. However, Skyline is a little bit too watery for my taste, whereas Gold Star is a little more chunky, a little more meaty of the chili, which is the way I prefer it, because I'm a man, not a fish. I don't want water, I want meat. It's the Cincinnati way. All us damn German descendants up here eating our chili. I should have guessed that coming from Cincinnati, going through Southwest Ohio, avoiding highways, the GPS would take us through downtown Hamilton. Dylan is going to get us stabbed. But it was worth it. Yeah, there's not a weight sensor, is there? There's a weight sensor on the road. I don't know if we're ever gonna get to go. Maybe if we scoot up a little bit and let the guy behind us on the line. There, we had to trick it. It takes 3 bikes to activate a car sensor, apparently. Huh?
How much time you got left on there?
Half hour.
That's not bad. Fucking snow, yeah.
It's 44 degrees! How the hell is it snowing? It has been a long time since I've been through here. Jesus. Guns! There needs to be a store next door called Drugs. Does the carpet match the drapes? I remember the last time I was here now. It was literally like last spring. I had the GPS, so again I was leading the way. It's when Brad came down here to Hamilton to get his license. Yeah.